The next speaker is Praveen Poddar. He's from the Jackson Hospital and Research Center in Mumbai, India. And the title of his talk is Tumor Microenvironment, Important Player in Evaluating Therapy of Metastatic Cancer. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I will just share the slide. Can you see the slide?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I can start it, okay? Is it okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Praveen Poddar from Mumbai, India. And I was the former head of and chief of Department of Molecular Medicine and Biology at Jaslok Hospital Research Center, which is one of the multi-specialty hospital in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. And presently I am a chairman of Institutional Ethics Committee of Dr. Abdul Kalam Research Center, Mumbai. Today, I want to thank you all organizers and for giving me this opportunity to talk on this particular topic, which I have been working on this for last many years. Why it is not moving? Slide is, I'm facing problem in side moving.
Please close the presentation and open it again. It should work.
Okay. Ah, yes, it started. Okay. So I would like to acknowledge the few institutions where I have actually learned this all technology and research in this cancer research, which I have done for last 30 years. I was at NIH, National Institute of Health, where I have cloned 3 novel genes. Then later on, I visited Cold Spring Harbor, James Watson Laboratory, and MD Anderson Cancer Center, Houston. And I'm really fascinated to work with Dr. James Watson, who is a Nobel laureate in 2018 for his work on immunotherapy. I joined Jaslok Hospital in 2005 and I have worked there for 12 years. And most of the work which I have been doing here and presenting here is done at Jaslok Hospital as a chief of Department of Molecular Medicine. I have established a molecular diagnostic and stem cell research laboratory at the hospital. I have been associated with one of the Journal of Cancer, Metastasis and Treatment, where I have actually published 3 special issues. One is on circulating tumor cells, one is immunotherapy and personalized medicine. So this is my contribution. And today I'm going to talk on the microenvironment. My topic is tumor microenvironment, important player in evaluating therapy of metastatic cancer. Now, you know the cancer incidence, if you see the Globicon report 2020, you can see that the incidence of the cancer is not been very much reduced. That is 19.3 million people in all over world is suffering from cancer, and almost 9.9 million deaths, which is occurred due to the cancer. And this is most of the patients who are dying with the cancers are almost they are on this last stage of the metastasis. And it is a general experience that most of the patient which they come for the treatment at the 3rd stage of the disease, and it was very difficult, challenging for the clinicians to really work with them and cure them or treat them for this disease. And if you see that breast cancer is the most surface lung cancer even, and diagnosed cancer with the estimated for 2.3 million new cases, followed by the lung cancer, then colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, and stomach cancer. These are the major cancers which really look for the therapy, proper therapy. Lung cancer remains the main leading cause of cancer death, with estimated of 1.8 million deaths, followed by the colorectal, liver, and stomach and female breast cancer. Now, as you know that even due to the lot of innovation in technology and therapeutic, this thing, the major latest cancer therapies are hormone therapy, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy are the which is going on for so many years. These are the conventional therapies. Besides this, targeted therapies and immunotherapies are the latest innovations which gives less side effects. However, there are definitely they are effective, but still if you see the uh, cost of this therapy, it is very high. What is the cost of targeted therapy in India and abroad? It is almost 20 lakhs rupees per patient for treating this with the targeted therapy. That is also dependent on the total number of cycles. Treatment, even in US, if you see the drug monthly average of $5,000 to $10,000 per month expenses with about year is about $100,000 are required for treating this patient. But even if you see the question, if you ask the question, is there much differences in overall survival time and disease-free survival time by use of targeted therapies? So the question is so far no, because if you see the statistic, present overview of therapies of metastatic cancer, maximum 5-year survival of metastatic cancer is only 5%. That is radiotherapy above maximum 12 months, chemotherapy about 6 to 1 year, immunotherapy is now coming up, but it has not so far so much data on this, but still it is 12 plus months, that's all, and targeted therapy about 12 months, and mortality rate is almost 90%. So definitely there is a need for further study to understand the exact mechanism of cancer metastasis to get better therapy for management of this disease. Now, the major reason for failure of cancer therapy and its solution, if you see the main reason for failure of cancer therapy are the metastasis, recurrence, heterogeneity, resistance to chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Even we have seen I have also heard a lot of important talks today's this meeting, and they have already shown a lot of therapies for this. However, if you see that you can see the actually relapse in the cancer therapy, or you get the remission of the tumor, but actually some of the cancer cells like cancer stem cells, they are resistant to this particular therapy, and then they come out and there will be relapse of the cancer. That is a usual experience which all clinicians and people are observing in many cases of the cancer. All this failure can be explained by studying involvement of tumor microenvironment cell type, which are responsible for developing multi-drug resistance to cancer therapy, causing cancer metastasis and relapse. So what is the thing neglected so far is the microenvironment, which is also one of the major part of these particular studies. So even after getting the proper remission of the tumor, all the patient needs to be seen for some specific type of cells, which are the further causative or the giving the relapse to the patient. And that study I have actually taken up for last 5-6 years. I am working on isolating some of the important cell types which are involved in the microenvironment. And my part of the talk will be some of the observations which I have got through this. So there is a mandatory to study the tumor microenvironment and their genotype and phenotype to get most promising targeted therapy and immunotherapy for the cancer. If you see the general mechanism of cancer development, it is a multi-step process, and you can see the initiation, progression, and promotion and invagination. So we have so far achieved, if the patient comes at the initial stage, there is a possibility of prolonged survival, and this has already been evident by this. But when it goes to the metastasis and cancer cells are spread all over the body to the lymphatic nodes, there is a really question marks to the clinician how to treat the patient and what are the strategies they have to implement. But still, and the conventional therapies give a lot of side effects. Presently, targeted therapies give some hopeful results, but still the overall survival time is not increasing. So there are some other factors need to be looked into this particular patient in person to get a proper therapy. If you see the mechanism of conventional cancer therapy, you see that why you see the remission in the tumor. See there that When there is a tumor burden, there are tumor cells, some of the cancer cells, and there are cancer stem cells or some of the other resistant cells which we need to pinpoint in our therapy. If the patient is getting in relapse, that means there are some cells which are left behind while giving the treatment, or they are resistant. How those cancer cells can be treated and targeted, if that can be achieved by the clinicians, then I think there will be proper therapy can be achieved. So these are the major transmembrane receptor pathways in cancer metastasis, and everyone knows about these things, so I don't want to explain individually, but there are certain pathways which they need to target, or there are a lot of inhibitors or monoclonal antibodies has been developed targeted for getting the targeted therapies and inhibiting these pathways. And this work has really done excellent progress in this area. However, it is not cost effective, and that is one of the major problem, especially facing in Indian patient treatment of the Indian patient. If you see the cancer stem cell, there are specific pathways which needs to be inhibited, and this includes Notch, VNT, HIPPO, autophagy, pherophytosis, and Edberg's disease. There are several drugs they are trying for inhibiting these pathways in metastatic cancer, and that is undergoing clinical trials. So these signaling pathways needs to be inhibited if you want to target the cancer stem cell. Now, I would like to salute some of the main heroes of Nobel laureate people like James Watson Crick, Hargoin Khorana, Kelly Lewis, and Michael Smith, and discovery of dark polymerase by these people developing this particular technology, which has given a lot of importance to the identifying the molecular genotype of the individual cancer patient, and then this can be targeted therapy can be developed by using this particular profiling. So microenvironment, I will come today's talk on microenvironment cell types isolated from metastatic. I have been working in this particular area for almost 15 years, and my aim is in my laboratory to understand the mechanism of metastasis, cancer, metastatic cancer, whether any specific type of cells are involved in this cancer. So this way, I have initiated my study, and my first work, so what is the tumor microenvironment? Tumor microenvironment comprises several heterogeneous cell types, including immune cells, endothelial cells, cancer-associated fibroblasts, cancer cells, cancer stem cells. Now it is well reported that development of this support niche is a critical to continue uncontrolled growth of the cancer, causing relapse in many metastatic cancer patients even after successful personalized therapy. This is I already talked about this. So this particular mechanism need to be studied in after even you giving after proper chemotherapy or radiotherapy or immunotherapy or personalized therapy, targeted therapy. You need to see whether these particular cell types are still present in this patient by using liquid biopsies has come. So we can have the liquid biopsies and study some of the circulating tumor cells, which also monitor the potency of the metastatic cancer, which I am coming further. So strategy implemented for treating of the metastatic cancer. So the understanding the underlying cellular and molecular mechanism governing this interaction can use as a novel strategy to indirectly disrupt cancer cell interplay and contribute to the development of effective, efficient and safe therapeutic strategy to fight against metastatic cancer. Furthermore, the tumor-derived circulating tumor cells material can also be used as a cancer diagnostic tool to precisely predict and monitor the outcome of this therapy. So this is the picture which showing the various cell types involved in a immunotary mesenchymal stromal cells, cancer-associated cells, which I already isolated, tumor cells, normal cells, blood vessels, lymph, cancer stem cells. So I have done a lot of work on cancer stem cell, cancer-associated fibroblast tumor cells, and mesenchymal stem cells obtained from the breast cancer tumor too. So these are the certain targeted therapies which achieved for this particular microenvironment cells, and this is very important. This particular study is very important while treating the patient. Once they get a regression, even this particular markers has to be implemented for this therapy. This is general pathways which I have shown here. Is a primary tumor which is going, then this is a metastatic tumor. Here they send the circulating tumor cells in the lymph node. So this is a cartoon just to show how this particular pathways goes in the various stages of cancer. Now coming to my first cell type, which is a circulating tumor cell in liquid biopsy of metastatic cancer. I have I have worked extensively in this particular area and isolated circulating tumor cells from the various metastatic cancer and shown the morphological features by phase contrast microscope, as well as I have already done lot of immunoremission of this particular circulating tumor cells to grade the stages of metastatic. Clinically, I have not done this work, but only I was initially I have seen that the number of cells which are present, circulating tumor cell present in the highly metastatic tumor is very high as compared to the non-metastatic tumor. All these studies have already published, and I have published 3 papers during this. I have also done the molecular profiling these circulating tumor cells from liquid biopsies and shown that there are definitely specific markers which shows that these cells are highly malignant and that they promote various malignant transformation, invagination, and metastasis. This I have already been shown in this particular studying this area. I am looking forward for establishing the enumeration of this circulating tumors while using microfluidic chips, and that work I am actually initiated, but because of this pandemic things, I could not work further, and this will be initiated now. Now, second is the cancer stem cells from breast cancer tumor cells. The breast cancer, you have seen it is a #1 cancer in, and there are cancer death also in the breast cancer cells. And there is mainly problem is found, these are my publication actually, the publication on characterization of breast cancer mesenchymal stems. I will come to this. So, so especially the problem comes with the breast cancer is the triple negative breast cancer because and that needs further investigation of microenvironmental cells because this may give some clue for the therapy of the cancer. I have isolated these cells from breast cancer tumor, breast cancer tumor. This is my tissue culture work, and I have done this. I have isolated these cells, and I also found very really potent cone in this thing. Mammosphere also I have been got in this. I got a very perfect cell line on using these human cells. Of course, these are the human culture cells, and this was excellent work which I have already published in stem cell discovery journal. And then I have done the molecular profiling. This shows the various, they have the mesenchymal stem cell. They are mesenchymal stem cell, have the CD1 not 5 CD13 as a marker for 73. These are the mesenchymal markers, and CD34 because they are extracted from the from the uh, from the blood cells. So these are the HBC cells. They are negative for the CD45, and here you can see they have the pluripotency markers. OCT4, 9-OX, OX2 also been shown. Leaf is also mildly expressed. Keratin 18 is expressed highly in these cells. Coming to the oncogenic and metastatic markers like c-MYC is expressed in this BCL2, COX2 is mildly expressed because these were not highly malignant cells when I have taken initiated. Then DAP kinase is also positive. Then CD44 is highly expressed in these cells, human. Then EGFR is highly expressed, which is also one of the best markers for this. So this cell shows very specific markers in this cell type. We have seen the TNF alpha and IL-6 expression also in this test. TNF alpha is totally negative in this, but TNF IL-6 is extensively positive. Then these are the cytokine chemokines also have done it some of the work, and Notch2 is also been expressed in these cells, showing that these cells are certainly the cells which have the cancer genotype, and they are the cells which promote the tumor progression. And here, in case of breast cancer, we have extensively done BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene sequencing. I have established this particular technology in Just Look Hospital. In 2006, I have initiated this work, and we found that this particular mutation in Indian population 36248, 3624G mutation, and particular this cell line also has this particular mutation, showing that this mutation carry forward even in the culture cells. We have done some immunofluorescence microscopy of some of the targeted genes, and we found they are all expressed in this particular cell line and showing. So overall, this shows that these particular cells are very important to target in these are cancer stem cells, and these cancer stem cells are resistant to the chemotherapy, and they need to be targeted when you are working on your targeted therapies or something. And if you get a relapse of the cancer, you need to set, and this can be studied even in the blood cells also, or small part of the biopsy you can take for this study. I have also isolated the cancer-associated fibroblasts in metastatic cancer. On esophageal cancer, I have done work. This paper has also been published, and I have seen that the effect of chitosan nanoparticles on esophageal cancer-associated fibroblast, and we have shown that this particular nanomedicine can work to control this particular migration of these cells, and that particular observation I would like to highlight here. Now, our aim of studying cancer-associated fibrosis metastatic, the goal of cancer eradication has been overshadowed despite of continuous improvement in the research and generation of the novel cancer therapeutic drug. One of the major existing problem, drug resistance, due to which the paradigm of killing all cancer cells is ineffective. Tumor microenvironment plays a critical role in including drug resistance beside cancer development and progression. Recently, many efforts have been devoted to understand the role of tumor microenvironment in cancer drug resistance, as it provides the shelter, nutrition, and paracrine niche for cancer cells. Cancer-associated fibroblasts, one major component of the tumor microenvironment, resides in symbiotic relationship with cancer cells, supporting them to survive for cancer drugs. And we in culture also, we have seen they are so aggressive growth we see in this cancer-associated fibroblasts. Now, what is cancer-associated fibroblasts? They are nothing but cancer-associated fibroblasts are activated fibroblasts in cancer stroma and present in many metastatic tumor. This particular esophageal cancer is highly metastatic cancer we have taken for this study. The cancers are most prominently cell type within the tumor stroma, an important player in cancer microenvironment. In general, CAF have been known to have distinct morphological characteristics, a large and pulp cells distinguished from normal fibroblasts, which are thin, wavy, and small. This I am showing you the picture in further my cells types. Cancer will derive tumor microprogressions by directly stimulating tumor proliferation through the secretion of various growth factors and cytokines. This also we have already analyzed by molecular profiling and showing here that they express lot of growth factors, receptors, and cytokines in these cells to promote the tumor progression. Activated cancer-associated fibroblasts contribute to cancer progression by inducing angiogenesis, contribute to invasive growth of the cancer by secreting several proteases and matrix metalloproteinase or cathepsin, and inducing epithelial to mesenchymal transition. To identify of cancer-associated is poorly understood, and cancer-associated biomarkers with absolute specificity has not been identified. But however, I will show you my work also. Now these are the major malignant properties of the cancer-associated. This is tumor cell proliferation. They are highly proliferated tumor cells. ECM remodeling, angiogenesis. We have studied the genes of angiogenesis, immunosuppression, chemoresistance, promotion of the tissue invasion and metastatic maintenance of stem thinness. The cells become very much resistant to the cancer drugs. So stages by which study showing the prognostic significance. We have done this study at very specific. We have taken a liquid biopsy for this. We have taken just a
Sorry,
whole blood.
Praveen, you
Pardon,
have
yeah.
3 additional minutes. 3 additional minutes.
I'm completing. Yeah. So we have taken this from the liquid biopsies and isolated the cells. So we have also used the chitosan nanoparticles as a treatment. I am showing the results. These are the cancer. I have just explained you that these cells have the different morphology than fibroblasts. These are the cells. One after treating with this, they show the monolayer culture showing that that nanoparticle treatment is more powerful. These are growth rate studies. We have seen this. And here we can see the pluripotency markers are also expressed, showing VEGFs are expressed. E-cadherin is downregulated, which is in EMT, it is also downregulated. MMP1 is also expressed. And here we have shown the SCRAS assay for showing the metastatic potency of cancer reservoir and shown the mobility of the cells in the nanoparticle treatment. It is inhibited and showing that. So importance of targeting associated for us. It shows that cancerous fibroblasts are the building block of microenvironment, play crucial role in modulating cancer drug sensitivity. Therefore, understanding exact role of cancerous fibroblasts is very important. So in conclusion, I can say tumor microenvironment is very complex process which causes tumor formation, progression, and metastatic while hampering its anti-tumor activity. It is most important considered to a different aspect of TEM when designing new therapies and new treatment protocol for cancer patients. Due to this, many activating immunotherapies, targeted therapies has failed to show clinical benefits over the years, which likely due to the previous lack of understanding of mechanism of tumor formation in the individual. Next generation immunotherapy and targeted therapy trial will be likely to be involved drug that can normalize tumor blood vessels by considering the highly immunosuppressive role of fibroblasts and other stromal cells to have novel and crucible therapies for metastatic cancer. And finally taken. Thank you very much for giving me this precious time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Praveen. We
Yes,
enjoyed
thank
your
you.
talk, but
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have no time for questions because we
Yeah,
are a bit over
that's
time.
okay.
So
that's okay.
you
Thank
go
you.
next for the next speaker to avoid to delay
Yes.
the
Okay.
conference.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.